everybody. Welcome to Game On Home Edition, except this time I'm not home. We're out in the field shooting the second installment of my mystery unboxing video of a bunch of gaming books that I bought while on vacation last fall. So it's been months and months and months. And just like the last box, it's been long enough that I don't remember exactly what I bought on that trip last, I want to say it was November. So we thought we would unpack this box and see what's in there, and I'll find out at the same time you guys do, or at least I'll remember at the same time you guys find out. Anyway, without further ado, let's do unboxing video number 2. Oh, and little disclaimer, like I told you guys last time, I did buy a couple of things that weren't gaming books at the same time. So I can see the thing on top here is actually an art book for my wife. Ooh. So Alex Gray is actually a local artist around here. He has this compound over in New York that's probably an hour from here that we visited a few times, but he's sort of a new age artist, and he's pretty famous, I guess. So, all right, and then another art book for my wife and a travel book, because in addition to buying gaming books at used bookstores, I also like to buy travel books, particularly the Lonely Planet ones, because they're great source material for settings and locations for games. So I tend to snap those up when they're cheap. Anyway, so now we're down to actual gaming books. Ooh. White Wolf, this is actually part of their live action role-playing series, but not one that I had and found it cheap, so snagged this. You've heard me talk at length about the White Wolf stuff.
One day you'll teach me how to play it.
I have played the Mind's Eye Theater, which is their spin-off with the live action stuff, and so anyway, grabbed this one, and who knows if I'll ever get a chance to play the live action again, but okay. Again, another travel book, in this case an atlas, historical atlas. These are solid gold for doing sort of period stories and settings. So, and I was in New Mexico at the time that I did this this shopping trip, so it was local flavor, as is that one. I'm gonna try and get the non-gaming stuff out of the way first, build the suspense for the good stuff. More travel books, more travel books, more travel books. And that one looks like another art book for my wife. So, yeah, so we get those out of the way. Oh yeah, and yet more art stuff. This one actually is cards, but so you guys are going, why the hell am I watching this video? This actually is a book that I read and thought this would be an amazing framework for an actual game itself, because the idea here is a lost early civilization city discovered in the deep, dark rainforest jungles of South America, except it's actually a true story by a guy who normally writes fiction, thriller, monster-y stuff. Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child are sort of a, pulp fiction-y kind of authors, but he also does nonfiction when the story is exciting enough, and that one was. Okay, so now we're down to the actual good stuff. I found a treasure trove of Exalted, including the main rule book and several source books for this. This one also White Wolf, but this is a different world, a little bit different than their World of Darkness interconnected series, which are my sort of favorites. But I got a chance to pick up this one and a bunch of the books at the same time, and okay. So source books, region books, Bastions of the North, Creatures of the Wild, Kingdom of Halta. Okay. So I figured I got them at a very good discounted price, and why not get the rule book and then several source books at the same time, so that I could kind of build a more full-bodied gaming scenario if I ever wanted to. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of times when I go on these book excursions, I'll buy a set of books that don't ever actually turn into a full-bore chronicle, but if I ever wanted to do it, now I have the resources to. This one, I hadn't even heard of. Blue Planet. Huh? So, this one is underwater. So that kind of intrigued me. I'm a fan of sort of historic shipwrecks and undersea exploration, deep submersible submarines, and, you know, the stories that always accompany, you know, discovering some lost civilization, if it's Atlantis or whatever, or big sea monsters. And so it seemed like a good premise for a unique game that doesn't get covered a lot. And like the Exalted series, I found a bunch of these books in a I think it was in a comic shop. They were trying to liquidate their old defunct gaming systems, so they had discounted them heavily. So Player's Guide, Moderator's Guide, which I guess is their version of the DM manual. And then, what do we got here? Oh, another one from White Wolf, Ars Magica. So this one I found was just a standalone book in a used bookstore. So I picked up that. And another Ars Magica book. And this one, don't even know. Wizards of the Coast source book.
Oh, it's D20 Logic. Okay.
So, just struck me, so I bought it. Don't really know anything about it, so I'll be discovering this one as I go. Now it's I think it's kind of like a GURPS type source book to fit into monster, World of Darkness, horror, vampire, scary stuff into a generic system, and that's why I bought it, because it basically adapts to a genre that I'm a big fan of anyway. So I ended up with that one. And that is it for this particular haul. So now, what I've got here, I guess it's probably 50-50 gaming books and other stuff. But if you remember or saw the other video that I did where I had a haul of gaming books that was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of that same size, that I found in the space of 2 days, of adventuring around when I was in New Mexico. And I do that in a lot of other cities when I find some time and they have potential areas. And the things that I like, used bookstores, obviously, comic book shops are the two biggest locations. If you can find a gaming store, that's great too, but typically gaming stores will charge you full price or near full price. Whereas some of these other stores that specialize in something else, they end up with a supply of these, but they don't really know what they have, and they don't want to take the time to figure out what they have, so they'll kind of slap them up on a shelf in the corner, and if you're willing to take some time and dig around for gold, you can find some pretty good deals, which I did. I don't recall exactly how much I paid for all of these books, but I think it was this plus the other set that I did was probably something less than $100, and cover price, there's probably $400 or $500 worth of books there. So
it's a good birthday present for yourself.
Well, yeah, I was really forward thinking at the time because my birthday is actually today, and I bought these in November. So November to June, sure. That's just how far ahead I plan.
It's the long game.
So anyway, that's what we got this time around. Hopefully it was interesting or at least mildly amusing to watch me discover what I bought and forgot about. If you guys know these systems, or you don't know them but you're interested in knowing more about them, certainly we can revisit these books when I learn more about them and have something intelligent to say. But if you guys know something about them and want to send us comments or questions or suggestions or whatever, I'd love to hear feedback from you guys too about what these systems are, whether you like them, whether you think I got fleeced by buying garbage, you know, whatever. Just give me some feedback and let us know what you think, and I guess let us know if you like unboxing videos. If you don't, we'll stop doing them. But that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, game on, indoors or out, and see you guys soon. Thanks.